Okay. Now, was there like an inciting incident that really got you into the artwork? Was it, an encouraging teacher? Was it just, I'm bored, so I want to experiment? What really got you in to come back again, other than that, the first time you may have put pencil to paper or taken a photo? What really got you hooked?
I think it was kind of a couple tiers of that hook getting reset in as I was growing up. The big thing is when I was developing the craft. So my mother is an artist as well. And I think a lot of mothers, when the kids are drawing a little picture or whatever, the normal reaction is, oh, this is fantastic. They throw it on the fridge,
Yeah.
and that's about as deep as it goes. With my mother, she wasn't a mother in regards to the art. She was an artist.
Yeah.
So it would be more like, oh, it's good, but the eye's a little wonky.
Yeah.
Or have you looked at doing it this way?
Yeah.
Or, now, admittedly, growing up, I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated it. It was so annoying because I'm very kind of analytical, and which is interesting because art is usually viewed as the other way around. It's more like not analytical. But so I feel like I was always combating the idea of like right and wrong within art, which I think is a really wrong way of looking at it. Because you shouldn't really look at it as a math problem, like, is this right? I think the farthest you should go is, does this feel right? So I think in the beginning, it was more of that challenge. I wanted to draw better so that my mom would not have nothing to say, but like, good job. But she always had something to say. Yeah. And the running joke is, I tease her about this. She hates this, but I think it's funny. And it's like, the only reason I got good at art is because my art never made the fridge. And then she's like, I was a good mother. Don't say that. But it really does. Like, the only reason I was developing my craft was because I was constantly being exposed to constructive criticism. Yeah. And I think a lot of people aren't exposed to that kind of thing, at least not that regularly. And it's the most useful tool if like getting hard truth. Maybe it's not comfortable, but then you grow from that because you know where things could be improved. So I that initial challenge was kind of like the propellant. And then I think when I got older, like high school, was when I first started realizing like I could sell these portraits and stuff. And I was doing like pop culture stuff, like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, because that was coming out at that time. I'm dating myself a little bit.
Hey, no
but yeah. And so all the way until that point, I had just been exploring like pencil drawings. But I was lucky enough. I had a few opportunities come along my way just from word of mouth and stuff that propelled me into different medium. But I would say, the initial part was just trying to get better enough so that my mom, who's an artist, would say like, damn, crushed it. And then I think the second thing was like the actual business side of like, oh, it's a weird thing of like coming across the belief of like something such as art could be a viable way of making a living, Yeah. And then I would say like the last chapter really would be the fantastic part about photography is that it's still art. You still get to create these beautiful images and implement your ideas while adding in like being brought in front of people. That's my favorite part that photography brings that painting, I don't know if it would bring such a high quantity because you get a lot of solitude, when you lock away in a studio, which is great. But I don't know, I like the people, I like the variety that adds as you engage with these other professionals, these people that also seek creative outlets, whether they're makeup artists or the models or small businesses, ways of building brands. I just think that's such a fun thing to have be regular in your life,